Is waiting to talk to us. Thanks very much indeed for joining us. What's your overriding emotion at the end of that?
I think we were just exhausted. We put so much into this game, and getting pegged back twice, it's hard. And we're playing against a good team that are in a good run of form, but these boys just don't know when to give up, and we showed that again. Big Divock comes on, scores another late winner, and we get the win. And this is it's so important at this end of the season, and that's us on 94 points, an incredible tally. And we knew we had to take it to the last day, and we've done that at least.
What is the adrenaline rush like when you see that ball from Origi go in the back of the net at that stage of the game, at this stage of the season?
Relief, and it was just, I think nobody really knew what to do. Fantastic header, flies in the back of the net, and we all just get together and celebrate. You can't really celebrate in front of our own fans, they're miles up there, so it was just about celebrating together. And then we need to get to the final whistle, because we knew there was a lot of time added on because of Mo's injury. We hope he's okay. It didn't look too good, but hopefully he's okay. And we had to dig deep. We took Dejan off because we were going for the win. We've got Fabinho at centre half, and he's won every header in the last 10 minutes. So, credit to all the lads. I thought we were magnificent today.
Andy, Ian Wright, congratulations, my friend, on the win. I just wanted to say, Andy, was there any time during the game when it was 2-2 where you started to think you've come all this way and it looks like it may not happen?
I honestly think any normal team would, yeah, but from what we've been through this season, we never say never. And, when Mo went down, the game kind of went a bit flat afterwards. In the next 5-10 minutes, we struggled, and they were putting the balls up, but nobody was really creating anything. But we knew we just needed one chance. That's all we needed. We knew a set piece, they're weak at set pieces. We looked at that. Shaq, we know, has got a great delivery. He's put it right on a play, and he's put it on. But I wouldn't say we doubted ourselves, but the longer the game on, we think, is it going to be? But, what we've been through this season, we always believe, and luckily we show that again.
Brilliant.
Andy, Michael Owen, well done, mate. I was just wondering, after the Barcelona game, and obviously the disappointment of that, and the travel as well, and then the travel up to Newcastle, did that affect in any way the energy resources of the team tonight?
We had to change our plans a bit. We always stay over after Champions League games, so we stayed in Barcelona Wednesday, but we would usually travel up here the day before, but we travelled up this morning because being in our own beds and stuff like that makes a big difference, that when you've played football yourself. So, we changed it a wee bit, and maybe it did, but that's why we've got fresh legs like Divock and Shaq to come on. Trent was fresh, so, the lads produced, and the lads that weren't so fresh just had to dig deep, Virgil and Hendo and things like that. We just had to dig deep. We know what we're fighting for. We're fighting for this club, and we're fighting for something that's not been done in a very long time. So, if that's not worth the cause, then I don't know what is.
And dig deep you did. Well done, Andy, and good luck next weekend. Thanks very much indeed.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You can feel the adrenaline pumping there, can't you?
Brilliant, yeah. Yeah, you can, the way he's talking. Of course, he's talking over a bit of music in the background as well. It's the last game of the season for Newcastle, but just those words at the end as well, that there was a bit of passion in his voice. They're fighting for something big, and there's no bigger prize in the Premier League.
And that spirit, that character, it's what champions have, isn't it?
Well, it is, and then you see as well Mo Salah going off, being able to bring on. We've seen Divock Origi come on and score a couple of important goals. That's a massive one. But then, bringing on people like Shaqiri with the left foot, somebody, you need quality, and we're going to see it, and he put it exactly where it needed to go, and you need that as well. You need to be able to bring quality off the bench and make a difference, and they've done that twice tonight.
Before we see the goal, was it a free kick?
Not for me.
No, I don't think so. I think I played with a sitting midfield player back in the day called Didi Hamann, and he was the absolute master of winning free kicks when you're going nowhere. And I think, we'll see it. He throws his legs in the air there, Fabinho. As he's running across, you can almost see it in his mind. He's playing for a free kick. He's playing for a free kick. And then when we slow it down, you can see there's absolutely no contact. And then you look at Matt Ritchie's reaction as well. And this is another reaction. Van Dijk in the middle. He was adamant that Shaqiri should be taking it. Adamant. Whether it was because he thinks he's a better crosser of the ball, or whether he just wanted an in-swinging ball, but whatever it was, he pulled rank and he called right. So it was a masterstroke. Bearing in mind as well that Van Dijk scored from an out-swinging corner, but this time he wanted an in-swinging free kick. So great decision by the Liverpool big man.
And this might be strange, but Liverpool have scored 2 today. They've scored more set-piece goals than any other team this season amongst all their free-flowing football. They're a threat from everywhere.
They're a threat from everywhere. And with Andy Robertson and with Trent Alexander, they've got fantastic delivery. They can get people like Shaqiri coming off the bench and putting it in as well. They've got Henderson who can put in a decent ball. They've got a lot of people who can put quality into the danger area, and it's worked perfectly for them today.
They have taken it to the last day. High time we got the thoughts of the Liverpool manager, Jurgen Klopp.
Congratulations, Jurgen. An exhilarating game. What won you that game?
All the time today.
No, I didn't think they did. I think what actually did happen, when Mo Salah went off, like Andy Robertson said, they kind of had a low moment, and it was quite a worrying time, because Newcastle could have recognised that they should have really had a go at Liverpool, because they kind of went into a kind of a comatose kind of state. They were like down, and they got themselves going again. But you know, like he said there, you know, you've got to give Liverpool the credit for continuously going. That's why I tried to ask Andy Robertson about, at some stage, did you feel like, oh, maybe this is it? But they didn't. They didn't do it. They brought Origi on, and Shaqiri, in the end, they made the difference.
Yeah, and he made a great point there, didn't he? There's an old cliche, if you're going to win a title, every player will be required at some stage. Yeah. Shaqiri's cross, Origi's header. They haven't seen much football, the two of them, since the turn of the year.
No, they haven't. I think if you ask most football fans, they'll say that is possibly where Manchester City are better than Liverpool in terms of strength in depth. The starting 11s, you could argue all you like about who's the best and which player should fit in where, but I think that Manchester City have got such depth behind that. Liverpool reserve players, substituted players haven't contributed as much as Manchester City's this season. However, just in time, just when they needed them, they came up trumps.
They certainly did. We'll be back to St James's Park to speak to Robbie Fowler very shortly indeed. Liverpool, yet another example of why we love the Premier League, and why in particular we are enjoying this Premier League season. They don't know when they're beaten. 8 consecutive league victories. None more significant than that for those Liverpool supporters who've been on the roller coaster ride. The 31st time the lead has changed hands, and now it is over to Manchester City. They must beat Leicester on Monday to have the title in their own hands on the final day. Yet again a big smile at full time from Jurgen Klopp. Yet again a dramatic ending from Liverpool.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. I mean, to be honest, Liverpool weren't peppering the Newcastle goal like I thought they would in the last half an hour, but when you get a free kick in that position with an in-swinging ball, and you've got the height of Van Dijk and Origi in the middle, and you've always got a chance. And I think that's just relief more than joy for Jurgen Klopp. I think he's absolutely, well, relieved is probably the word, going into the last game now with a chance. It's a great moment for him.
It's the first time all season they've been pegged back twice in a game, Wrighty. They've come back again. They're just showing character above character in this.
Yeah, they are showing character above character, and the fact is, like we said before, they're chasing down a great Manchester City side. You heard the commentator saying they don't know when they're beaten, but what's good about it is that they believe themselves. And what do people say about the free kick? And we'll go into that. The fact is that Liverpool have not stopped. They've made this an unbelievable race. I chose Liverpool. It's no secret. At the start of the season, I chose it. I couldn't ask for any more. Run for your money, and I still think something might happen.
And that mental edge that they've shown time and time again, that's not coincidence, is it?
No, they've got that belief. I mean, the manager's got the energy, the belief in his team, and it does transcend onto the pitch. They never, ever give up. Even when things aren't going necessarily so smoothly, they weren't creating loads of chances. And fair play to Newcastle as well. What a performance they put in, considering they're safe and they've got nothing to play for as such. They put in a great performance, but it was so important for Liverpool to get the 3 points, and that they did.
Another memorable Newcastle-Liverpool fixture, and that could be extremely memorable depending on what happens in 8 days' time. This is what has happened over the Premier League weekend. Everton 4 home league wins in a row, starting us off against Burnley. Spurs beaten with 9 men at Bournemouth to start today. Back-to-back wins for West Ham, a huge win for Wolves in their quest to finish 7th against relegated Fulham. Cardiff are down, remember, having lost 2-3 at home to Crystal Palace, and then that monumental goal from Divock Origi to make it 3-2 as well for Liverpool against Newcastle. Tomorrow, it is all about the chase for the top 4. Chelsea in the box seat at home to Watford, Manchester United at Huddersfield, and Arsenal are at home to Brighton. And then on Monday, it is that huge game for Manchester City at home to Leicester. And a reminder, when you look at the table, they have to beat Leicester to go back to the top and to have their destiny in their own hands come the final day of the season. Chelsea have the opportunity to go above Spurs tomorrow, incredibly, into third. Arsenal have the opportunity to go within a point of Tottenham, and Manchester United at Huddersfield can go within 2 points of Tottenham. And confirmation at the bottom. It's a bad day for Cardiff and a good one for Brighton, because that defeat to Crystal Palace relegates Cardiff. They will be in the Championship next season with Fulham, with Huddersfield, and Brighton ahead of those 2 final games can relax. They will be a Premier League club again next season.